A very good evening to all the participants and delegates. I, Pramod Kumar Pandey from Delhi Metropolitan Education Media School, welcome you to the 7th online technical session of the 6th edition of World's First 7-Day Staggered Collocation Conference, ICAN6. ICAN6 is organized by DME Media School in collaboration with the School of Communication and Creative Arts, Deakin University, Melbourne, Australia, and is sponsored by the Indian Council of Social Sciences Research, ICSSR. This year, ICAN6 is organized in a staggered format, which is being held at 4 different venues across India and abroad. Phase 1 was held in Delhi Metropolitan Education, Noida from 19th to 21st June and at Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Studies, Faridabad on 22nd June. Phase 2 was held on 21st July at Makhanlal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Communication, Bhopal, and phase 3, which we are starting today with this technical session, will culminate at Daffodil International University, Bangladesh on 5th to 6th August 2023. I'd like to take a moment and introduce the organizers of the conference to our audience. Delhi Metropolitan Education is an A-grade premier educational institute affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, New Delhi, and approved by the Bar Council of India. DME Media School is one of the most promising media institutes in the country. It offers BA in journalism and mass communication. It is recognized as a school focused on the growth of its faculty members and students through academic and co-curricular activities. ICAN6 has come up with the theme Identity, Culture, and Agenda-Driven Newscast with the hashtag Cultural Identity for Diversity. ICAN6 has support of more than 21 partners. The conference is sponsored by ICSSR, Indian Council of Social Sciences Research. Conference partners are ICAN6 Gen Section, GMEC Global Media Education Council. Knowledge partners are Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Studies, Faridabad, Makhanlal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Communication, Bhopal, Adamas University, Kolkata, Institute of Applied Medicines and Research, IAMR, Ghaziabad, and KSF, that is Keshav Suri Foundation. International partners are Daffodil International University, Bangladesh, Institute for International Journalism, Ohio University, USA, and Beacon House National University, Pakistan. Media partners are the Policy Times, Jai Hind Times, Quick News, and News 44. ICAN6 is powered by Asian Media and Cultural Studies Network, Australia, India Film Practitioners and Researchers Network, Australia, SPARC, the Student Council of DME Media School, RIM, the Research Center of DME Media School, and Richmond Fellowship Society, India, Delhi branch. Well, since 2018, DME Media School has been organizing the international conference ICAN. The themes for the previous editions were India and Changing Aspect of News, ICAN 1, Indian Cinema and Alternate Networks, ICAN 2, Issues of Community Agenda and News, ICAN 3, Information, Communication and Artificial Networks, ICAN 4, Inclusivity, Convergence and Alternative Negotiations, ICAN 5, and ICAN 6, that is Identity, Culture and Agenda-Driven Newscast. Now I request Professor Dr. Amrish Saxena, Dean DME Media School and the convener of ICAN, to give his opening remarks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Pramod. So indeed, it's a long drawn thing, and these 2 sessions are add on to whatever we initially planned. This year, importantly, we received so many papers, and the number kept on increasing, obviously for one reason that we have so many partners, and since we are reaching out to different partnering institutions on their campus, so number of papers submitted by teachers, researchers, students kept on increasing, and close to 200 papers finally we have landed at. So these were the papers, in fact, which had not been presented, could not be presented in the first and the second phase, and in the third phase, which is happening in Daffodil University, Bangladesh. So obviously not everybody will be going there, because that's completely a conference in the physical space. So that is how we decided at the last moment to have these two sessions, wherein all those who are left out till date, they can be accommodated and they can present their papers. So I'm really obliged to Dr. Nima John to accept our request to chair this session at the last moment. And since this whole conference is open to everybody, right from students in bachelor's, master's, PhD, scholars, faculty members. So that is how in this session also you will find that number of bachelor's students are also there. We are training them well, and they are also doing well. Even in Bhopal, in Maganlal Chaturvedi University, many of our students competed with senior teachers and bagged the best paper prize, which we normally announce in every session. So I'm looking forward that some good papers will be deliberated, presented and deliberated in this session, and it will be a nice gathering of knowledge in this session. Thank you all for joining in this session.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm happy to share that Journalism at DME is the official newsletter of DME Media School. This fortnightly publication covers all the major activities happening in and out of the campus. It's a student-centric newsletter carried out entirely by them under the supervision of faculty members. DME TV is our official YouTube channel where you can find the playlist related to all the sessions, lecture series, film festivals, and conferences. For more information, follow us on our social media handles and YouTube channel, DME TV. Today, we are all here for our technical session on the topic, Facets of Journalism and Impact of AI, Fake News, Fact Check, News Portals, and Citizen Journalism. And the session will be chaired by Dr. Nima John and co-chaired by Dr. Manasvi Maheshwari, Associate Professor, DME Media School. I would now like to introduce our chair for the session. Dr. Nima Jared Chone is officiating head of institution at MIT School of Communication and MIT Film School, Mumbai, MIT University, Mumbai. From dirtying hands with on-ground media to heading institutional academics hands-on has been no easy journey. As she walks the talk at MIT School of Communication and MIT Film School, AUM, Mumbai, she is a young, dynamic, and enterprisingly influential teacher, as commonly known by her beloved students in her area of work, which ranges from media and communication to academics. She is formally known as Professor Dr. Nima John, a PhD with a double master's in journalism and mass communication and applied arts, photography. Her media work goes beyond books with her on-field expertise ranging from setting a production house and being creative producer on short films, ad films, and documentary films. Well, a natural progression lies in extending the same expertise to the up and coming young talents. And fervently, she believes that while she's sharing, she's also learning each day. I mean, we are really thankful to have you with us here, and we welcome you, ma'am. And now I would like to hand over this session to our co-chair, Dr. Manasvi Maheshwari, ma'am, to begin the session. Thank you very much, ma'am. Over to you, Manasvi, ma'am.
Thank you, Pramod sir. Thank you, everyone. So without wasting much time, Dr. Nima's permission, I would like to start with the presentations. So these first two presentations are actually not directly on the topic because they're coming from a different genre, actually. So we have first presentation from Mridu. She is a student of Master of Designs in NIF Panchkula, and her paper is on feasibility of using bamboo as an alternative to traditional wood material in guitar manufacturing in India.
Good evening, everyone. The topic for my research study is feasibility of using bamboo as an alternative to traditional wood materials in guitar manufacturing in India. Can we move to the next slide, please? So this is basically an introductory slide depicting different types of wood used in making a guitar. The traditional guitar manufacturing heavily relies on the use of rare wood sourced from mature forests, and woods like mahogany, basswood, maple are mostly used, and the process is mentioned from designing to finishing. Can we move to the next slide? So the aim of this research proposal was to find out the practicality of using bamboo as an alternative to traditional wood materials, like I mentioned mahogany, maple, to manufacture guitars in India. and it explores the potential benefits of using bamboo, including the sustainability, durability, and affordability. The objectives were to examine the potential benefits of using bamboo as an alternate to traditional wood materials, comparing the sound properties of bamboo and traditional wood guitars, identifying potential consumer interest in bamboo guitars through interviews, proposing a design for a new line of bamboo guitars in India, and contributing to sustainable and eco-friendly manufacturing practices in the Indian guitar industry. The methodology basically includes telephonic interviews with guitar manufacturers, musicians, and students, and a survey was also done of 35 students. The result was positive, with the majority expressing interest in bamboo guitars due to their sustainability, affordability, and unique sound properties, which I'll be explaining further. So basically, as I mentioned, traditional guitar manufacturing heavily relies on the use of rare woods. But unfortunately, this has led to alarming issues such as illegal logging, deforestation, habitat loss, and a decline in biodiversity. The demand for expensive tone woods like rosewood and mahogany has put immense pressure on our natural resources, statistically stating that the World Wildlife Fund also estimated that 10 to 30% of wood extracted worldwide, which is coming from illegal logging. This alarming figure contributes to deforestation, habitat loss, and a decline in biodiversity. Additionally, the forestry industry is also responsible for 10% of the world's greenhouse gas emissions. The woods are expensive in nature as well. So this is the, yes, next slide, please. This is the case study that I studied of Gibson Guitar, who is one of the leading producers in US and all over the world, I would say, in guitar manufacturing. And this is a case study of 2011, in which they were illegally sourcing rosewood from Madagascar and India, and for which they had to pay heavy amount. Next slide, please. So basically, the proposed solution was bamboo. Bamboo possesses unique properties that make it an excellent substitute for traditional tone woods. It is lightweight, durable, and slightly brighter in sound, and it has a more focused sound. I have mentioned bamboo, some characteristics of bamboo and how it can help. For example, it can help in reducing the demand for traditional tone woods. It can help in increasing use of sustainable materials. It can offer a better livelihood for different communities. For an Indian perspective, since India is a lot of species are grown in India in terms of bamboo, and bamboo has been used in India in different construction materials as well. But when it comes to, I would say, guitar manufacturing or music industry, so it is not as much used as compared to China or America. So the best bamboo species to use is giant bamboo. And not only, yes, thank you. So basically, I have mentioned different characteristics. For example, density. Bamboo is lightweight, strong, and durable. The tonality, it has a slightly brighter and more focused sound. In terms of sustainability, it is more eco-friendly. It offers rapid growth and requires fewer resources. Workability, it is easy to work with, can be cut, shaped, and sanded with standard woodworking tools. It is consistent, matlab it has a uniform grain structure as well. Can we move to the next slide, please? So not only in terms of guitar manufacturing, bamboo can also offer, the use of bamboo extends beyond guitar bodies and necks. We can explore producing guitar accessories like picks and straps from bamboo fibers, and I've mentioned the process of bamboo fiber as well. This would not only contribute to a more sustainable guitar industry, but also promote eco-friendly practices in the accessory manufacturing sector as well. Can we move to the next slide, please? So I did a comparison of wood and bamboo on the basis of 3 pillars of sustainability, since I am proposing a sustainable solution. Next slide, please. So the variables that I had taken for environment were biodegradability, recyclability, energy consumption, material life cycle, water usage, carbon footprints, and the radar graph has been mentioned of bamboo and wood. Next slide, please. For economical, I had taken production cost, final product price, durability, availability, profit margins. Next slide, please. For social, labor practice, craft artisan, accessibility, local economy, fair trade practices were taken. Next slide, please. So in conclusion of, on the basis of 3 pillars of sustainability, I can say that bamboo is a rapidly renewable resource that grows abundantly and quickly. It requires less water and fewer pesticides compared to traditional woods. Furthermore, bamboo can be harvested without causing harm to the plant or its ecology. So using bamboo in guitar production can lead to various benefits for our society as well as for our environment. It can reduce demand for traditional tone woods, which may discourage illegal logging and unethical harvesting practices. And the economic aspect of using bamboo in guitar manufacturing, which I have mentioned different materials of wood and bamboo. So I can say that the cost of bamboo per cubic foot is significantly lower than that of traditional tone woods, which can translate into more affordable guitars for consumers. For example, rosewood, if I want to purchase a rosewood round long, it would cost me 4,500 per cubic meter. For Indian ebony, it will cost 8,000. For maple wood, it is going to cost me 1,700. For mahogany, it is going to cost me 1,100. But for bamboo, it is only going to cost me 280 rupees. So it is going to be on a more economical level. So this is a telephonic interview that I did of a guitar manufacturer who is based in Goa, as well as Dr. Professor Paramahansa Ahuja, who is an HOD of Government College in Himachal Pradesh, and is also a representative of Prachin Kala Kendra, who I had interviewed. And I had asked them questions about advantages of using bamboo as an alternate to traditional guitar woods or manufacturing process. How does it differ from traditional wood and bamboo, like traditional wood and bamboo guitars? What are the challenges they faced using bamboo for guitar making, or bamboo guitars, how they are compared to traditional wood guitars in terms of sound quality? Since they manufacture, they are more aware of it. The potential market for bamboo guitars, and what are the potential challenges in marketing bamboo guitars? So the findings were that people are not more aware of bamboo guitars. Since the demand is low, that's why the production is also low in India. Next slide, please. So on the basis of the interview, this is the conclusion in terms of guitar manufacturing, things that account while making a guitar. The playability, it should be simple to play. Buildability, no unneeded complications should arise. Acoustics, the sound should meet your whatever your expectations are. Durability, the performance of the guitar must continue for at least 50 years. And aesthetics, that it should be like beautiful to see. Next slide, please. And this is the comparison based on the interview that I did. People who have played bamboo guitar as well as traditional guitar. So they recorded a bright and focused sound in bamboo. Other than that, in traditional guitars, it was more natural and warm sound. In bamboo, sound can vary depending on species of bamboo and construction. In traditional wood guitars, wider range of tonal possibilities are there. For playability, general bamboo is lightweight and comfortable to play. It has good balance, and it has a smooth finish as compared to traditional wood guitars. But traditional wood guitars, they offer a wide range of body shapes and sizes, and mostly it is comfortable to most players. In terms of durability, bamboo guitars are resistant to changes in temperature and humidity, and they're prone to cracking and splitting if not properly maintained. In traditional wood, if I compare, they're more prone to changes in temperature and humidity, and generally more durable over the long-term period as compared to bamboo guitars. And bamboo guitars can be less expensive as compared to traditional guitar. Next slide, please. So this is a survey that I did of 35 students. I asked questions regarding the concept of bamboo guitars. Were they aware of it, or would they be interested in purchasing a bamboo guitar? What do they think about the idea of using bamboo as an alternate source of guitar making? And are they willing to purchase a bamboo guitar over a traditional wood guitar? So the results were that, is my net connection okay?
Yes, we can hear you. Please continue.
Okay. So out of 35 students, 25 students, they were not aware of the concept of bamboo guitars. So we can say that India there is still a long way to go in terms of awareness. 29 students were interested in purchasing bamboo guitars, and 30 students were interested in using bamboo guitar as an alternate to traditional guitars, and they were willing to purchase bamboo guitar over traditional guitar. And out of 35 students, 25 students thought that the quality of bamboo guitar would be comparable and equivalent to traditional guitars, and 33 students were they thought that bamboo is going to be a popular guitar material in the coming future in music industry. Next slide, please. So this is a persona that I made based on the survey. So my target audience was basically beginner level guitar players, students who want to learn guitar and pursue it as a hobby, and existing guitar players. So it is not entirely based on professional people who are taking guitar lessons to pursue it as a profession. So my target audience is people who see it as a hobby. So this is the persona that I had made. Next slide, please. This is the prototype that I made of bamboo guitars. So left side is the acoustic version and right side is the electric version of bamboo guitar. Next slide, please. So this is basically a conclusive poster that I have made, which includes everything that I have just mentioned right now, from the process to the problems to whatever we can make from bamboo. Next slide, please. Yeah, that is it from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mridu. That was a good presentation, and what I understand is that as a part of your project, you have actually done a research, find out the problem, and then gave a solution, so which is a very good thing. So if can we just stop sharing the screen, and Mridu, can you come on screen for a minute or so if possible, so that we can have a chair ma'am can ask certain things. Nima ma'am, because she's traveling, so that's why she's facing some internet.
Yes, so actually I'm having a lot of network issues while presenting as well, so I don't think that it might.
Ma'am, you can ask ma'am, Nima.
Thank you, Dr. Manasvi. Ridu, very good evening. And I first of all would like to congratulate you on such a wonderful paper that you have presented. Good job. I really loved it. And I think the concerns that you have raised are very, very good when it comes to illegal logging and, environment. Because there is a lot of smuggling that happens, when it comes to wood, and it's a bigger issue, that you have very lightly touched upon, but there is a lot to it, as a matter of fact. Plus, looking at bamboo with a design perspective, and then, giving it more leeway and weightage in terms of a replacement, for a product like guitar. But I have, a few, I don't want to be much critical about the paper right now, although you have done a commendable job. So please excuse me and forgive me. But since I am, here to, reviews are, please don't take it to heart. But I have my doubt in terms of the reliability and validity of your questionnaire, because you have gone through an interview method and survey that you have conducted with 35. So, when it comes to a survey, we happen to experience biases, So
Yes.
How do you think you can apply the findings that you've got to a universal approach? So if you could tell me.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Actually, I tried to include people from a lot of different perspectives. People who have not learned guitar right now, people who know guitar but they're not playing it right now, people who have been playing guitar for years, and people who know bamboo guitar. Although I agree to the fact that the population size is less, the sample that I've taken. So I think that interviewing more people might be a better idea, like more than 35 at least.
Yes.
So yes, ma'am.
Actually, it's a great cause, and I think you should take it up very seriously and see how it benefits you and how it benefits the process. And because you will face a lot of biases also. Maybe because, when we reach out in a survey, we come across multiple, hindrances. So many a times we need to validate, and we need to do I don't want to use the fact check word here, because it's a paper based on design. So, but criteria validation must happen. And along with that, you must retest your interviews as well, because you may get a bigger, deeper, information on the said topic, because replacing an entire medium, like what you said, the other woods that were used, like what you said is mahogany and maple, right? Mahogany and maple. So you are actually replacing the entire concept of, the material. So I wish you all the best, and I hope and pray that you continue in your journey, and try to make it a very concrete purpose of your life as well. And let's see how it goes, and how it benefits us, and the community, the artisan community, including the musicians, including what all you have stated. So first of all, congratulations, and kindly look into it so that you can avoid these validations and reliability tests, as well as the biases. That's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mridu. Thank you, ma'am. So I'll take Upasna's presentation later. She has requested for some more time. So Ishta, are you here, Ishta?
All right. The topic of my presentation, my research paper is Social Media Promoting Cross-Culture Communication, a case study of cultures. This is the name of the organization. And I have chosen this because many of us is having a thought and a desire to meet people from different countries and interact with them. But there are limitations by which we are not able to do that. So this kind of organizations which do culture exchange online is like a paradise. So introduction about this organization is this offers free of cost of the program, and this is 8 weeks long, and there are groups divided, and each group is having one theme for which they discuss all around, do assignments such as they just prepare a recipe and they just show it on camera, and they share the recipe also. So that's the way we communicate. And for the costume thing, they dress up like that, and they just tell the relevance, how this is coming into place. And the eligibility of this organization to be the participants, the age limit is 13 to 19, and we just need to have a learning device, that is computer, laptop, tablet, a microphone, a camera, a webcam, and a high-speed internet. And this is the social media post of these. They just post the assignments of the participants on social media, that is connecting them from all over the world. And I got the responses from 41 responses from the participants, and overall 241 participants successfully completed the program. So this is the abstract. And research objective, or these are that how does social media play a role in promoting cross-culture communication, and what is the significance of culture exchange according to the people and according to the organization, and the thought and motivation behind the cultures of the organization, and benefits of being in the program, and how this came into reach and how successful it is. My research design is like, I have done a survey with the people, from which I have got 41 responses from the 241 people that are present in the alumni group of the same organization, as I'm also part of the alumni group because I have been part of that program. And the second thing was the interview with the person who was behind all this, Daniela Boschman, and she has just shared the things and how she came into play and what is the aim behind this whole concept. So the survey analysis is, I found an average of 5. There are a number of 5 to 7 countries from which people interacted. like if I am being part of this, I'm able to interact with people from different 5 to 7 countries. And this is from the just 41 people from where they belong. So maximum people from India reacted to my sample and being part of the survey. And next thing is how they come to know about the cultures organization. My aim was to get it, how they come to know about the social media. Even if I'm just getting it 36% in the family and friend recommendation and 24% for the social media. But even if they are just recommended by anybody else, but for the first, they are just getting interacted with the Instagram or a Facebook post. So they are just directed towards that. That comes secondary part of relating it with the friend and family. Now they have reacted at how significant culture exchanges according to the participants. Those 41 participants. So the 70% lies with the 5 points. And the benefits, these are the some of the responses from those people, like it had broadened their perspective of seeing the world. And even when we are just presenting some of the aspect of our culture to anybody, we are talking about it, we have to know it about ourselves first. So that is also about self-awareness. So that is the biggest thing that we are getting to know. And the very good thing is the alumni group, which is used for sharing the learnings, opportunities from all around the world. And this is about the interview of the Daniela Boschman, who is the lady behind the whole scene. So she is also very culturally diverse, as she was born in Germany and US American. As US American, she was brought up there, and she is married to the Indian person, which is a South Indian. And her international studies and voluntary work led her to be culturally diverse. And you can see she is having professional expertise in global marketing and communication. And now the interview results. She was aiming to provide a cultural exchange, build a meaningful connection, and to just move away all the barriers of physical location or any financial resources. As this is free of cost, this is creating a very good place for the people. And motivation was again that she know what is the importance to get a competence of be culturally literate. And how it works is like this. She is owning it all again, and she's doing all the work all alone. And she was not able to communicate how the financing of the program is currently taking place. So these are the areas where they work and what is the main core work that is required. And the role of social media, according to her, as we are living in a place of technology and social media. So we are just interacting with the people most of the time online only. So socializing is rather happening online or just not happening. So this is the very great way to interact with the people. As already told, what are the benefits? So in the COVID pandemic, she just came with the thought, and she just came up with the idea and executed it. So success rate of this organization, she has started it in January 2021, and the whole program, first program cohort was till the March 2021. So it has completed 9 quarterly programs where 286 participants became part of that, and out of which 40 were just dropouts. Rest 241 completed the program nicely. And the social media approach of they're having 1K on Instagram, and FB followers are again around 1K. That is all organic, and most of them are alumni because they are getting to know about very new things very frequently. So this is the survey presented by the organization only. They just give a feedback form after completing the program. So these were the results by them. And in conclusion, I got to know that the social media has played a significant role in reaching out the interested participants because they have indulge the digital marketing tools into that. So people who are just always interested to interact with the people, they're getting the ad and posting the participants' assignment, whatever they are doing, a video, audio, any written material. They're just boosting the confidence of them, and that WhatsApp community is just binding with the people, and they're just giving the exposure of international opportunities. And also teenagers from 46 countries got the international approach exposure. That is the main thing, and the aim of the organizers have successfully fulfilled its purpose, that it provided teenagers all around the world the opportunity to exchange culture, build meaningful connection, develop compassion without the barrier of physical location. Thank you.
Thank you, Sajal. You can stop sharing. Dr. Nima?
I was listening to Sajal Mishra. Sajal, it was a good pitch. Good. But, you have compiled the whole data into a case study. I just wanted to ask you that, did you identify any patterns in the process while assessing the case study? Sajal, am I audible?
Yeah, my network connection was unstable.
Okay. Sajal, I know it was a very nice read, and am I audible, Sajal?
Yeah, you're perfectly audible.
All right. So I had, you presented the data really well with you're saying something, Sajal?
No.
Yeah. So while doing research, we actually look into a couple of aspects, while doing case studies. So we check the authenticity, relevance. We also have, you've laid out, it was a good layout, but I somewhere feel that, you could have done a little bit more, and a little bit, you could have exceeded your limitations and, formed a structure and have a little bit more bifurcation in terms of in terms of evaluating the recommendations that you received from the 46 country participants that you had. That's why I asked you, did you identify any patterns, or did you what kind of an engagement you had, and were you able to document it?
I had done a survey. I just floated a form to the alumni group. They have just, who were convinced, they have filled it, because it is talk of international engagement, so not everybody is very comfortable to fill up the things.
So did you set patterns of cultural awareness and communication skills and intercultural competencies and stuff like that?
Can you ask it differently?
No. What I have understood, she has not done that. What I have understood is that she has observed basically an organization who is trying to connect students and, develop certain things. And Sajal, you have just asked the people who are connected with the organization that how that organization basically, connected them, not like not following any pattern or something. That is something which ma'am is saying is missing. It is looking, you have done a study of an organization. You were also part of it. So at times I feel that your perception is also, that come in the research. So that is one thing. And by identifying the patterns, you could have bring more objectivity in the paper. This is what she's trying to say. But never mind. It was,
It was a good read and great information on cross-cultural communication. Good job, Sajal. This is how we start. This is how we start, So you're at a good point. You're at a good standpoint, but it has a lot of potential. This particular domain has great potential, and if you really take it up seriously, you'll enjoy more in the process. So I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So Ishta is back in the session. Ishta, you can start your presentation, and if you're facing connectivity issue, don't start your camera. Maybe later on you can switch on. Just share your screen, Ishta.
Yes, ma'am. I'm so sorry for the network issue.
problem.
I'll just reshare it. Talking about the introduction, I would say that artificial intelligence has been making waves across various industries and introducing innovative solutions. AI image generators are basically AI powered tools that process a text prompt and create an image that best matches the description. So basically, if you type that I want an image of a Coke can in front of a chair or in front of Taj Mahal, the AI would create that image for you. Though photography industry is no exception, and the photographers have also been using AI for a long time now. So they have been using it for image enhancement, skin retouching, filter application, etc. But as much as this technology is exciting, there is also some ethical issues that relate to this. So if I talk about the aims of my study, the major objective would be to explore the potential it has on the photography industry and the benefits and the drawbacks of AI image generators on photographers, how it can be helpful to them, but what are the drawbacks associated with the same. Research questions. So this research focuses on the impact of emerging AI generators on the photography industry again, and it also it investigates how image generators like DALI or Midjourney helps in propagating false information. Hypothesis, if I talk about the hypothesis again, it can be both a challenge as well as a benefit for photographers. It can pose a threat to their jobs. However, these generators also have the potential to advance the photographer's work by enhancing their creativity, or by increasing their speed, or by helping them in retouching their work. But there are some ethical issues, including copyright issues, which concern these AI image generators. Talking about my review of literature, I would say for this, I studied a lot of research papers, articles, and saw a lot of videos relating to how AI image generators work and what AI image generators we have been using or they're in the industry. These are some of the articles or videos that I saw. After evaluating all the data, I would say that the major gap was that there was no specific research done on how these affect product photographers or photojournalists, and the ethical issues. Though there is a lot of talk about the ethical issues, the how it can eliminate photographers or how it can take their job, but there's no research done on it. Everybody is just um, talking about the same, putting videos on it, but there's no specific research that has been done on this topic. My research methodology, I would say I took a mixed approach which had both qualitative and quantitative aspects. For qualitative aspects, I did telephonic interviews with AI experts and photographers and photojournalists. For quantitative aspect, I did a Google form, I made a Google survey. Again, it was filled by freelance photographers, hobby photographers, as well as photojournalists. My sample size was 100, and it was done through selective purposive sampling. Quantitative data findings. So the first two images that you can see on the screen talks about the awareness that AI image generators has among the target group. So around 84 responders were aware about AI image generators, and DALI and Midjourney were the two most famous or most used softwares. When the next question was about how helpful it was, so there was a neutral answer on the same. The responders were neither happy or nor they were unsatisfied with the results. Limitations. So as we talk about the limitations, of course, technology has its own limitations. So one of the major limitation was the overuse of specific styles. So once when we are generating images on AI image generators, they give us option to generate images in specific styles like monochrome or animated, painted, etc. So most responders felt that those styles were overused or those styles were very limited. The second point would be the limited customization available. So the responders could not customize the image that was made by the AI. So the best thing is that you have to be very descriptive when you are using AI image generators so that you get the specific image that you are looking for. But there are some advantages also, like for product photographers, it is much easier to create virtual backgrounds on AI image generators. For example, again, if we have to do product photography of a perfume bottle and we cannot find those maybe those ingredients or those specific things that we have to put in those in the background, we can easily use an AI image generator to create a virtual background for the same. The next thing the next thing was that if AI is a threat to photographers. So when asked how it can be a threat to the photographers, they majorly responded by saying that it can overshadow the work of photographers and eliminate jobs in areas like stock and product photography. These two picture images represent how AI generators can fabricate images. So since AI image generators are free to use for everyone, anybody can go and create images. There are high chances that people misuse those images. So 77% of responders felt that yeah, AI image generators can be used to fabricate images. And 34 responders also felt that it should not be free to use for everyone. So when we talk about how AI generators have been trained, so basically AI image generators is trained through the already existing data that is available online. So while talking in photography sense, the pictures clicked by the photographers, if you are uploading it on your website or if you are uploading it on your social media, it is available on the internet, and the AI uses those images to train. So basically, I can copy a photographer's style to create my own image, which again arises to copyright issues. So when I asked the responders about the same, they felt that 37 of those responders felt that this is something that will bother them. But yeah, 5 responders also felt that this is, they were not concerned about the same. So, like I mentioned in the previous slide, that there are copyright issues. The respondents also felt that the images should be labeled in some way, so it is easier to identify which images are produced by AI and which images are produced by human photographers. Again, there should be some 58% of the responders also felt there should be some regulatory frameworks or guidelines that can help the photographers, help them protect their work. Talking about the relationship between AI and human photographers, most of the responders felt that yes, there is a relationship between the human photographers and AI image generators, but there was not a clear answer. They feel that it is just too early to comment anything. Talking about the qualitative data, these were the interviews that I took. These are some photographers and photojournalists. The common findings would be that for photographers, we can say that AI image generators can be impactful. But when we talk about photojournalists, we felt they felt that these AI image generators cannot impact them because photojournalists capture images real time. So if there is a fight happening in Delhi in CP, AI image generator is not yet capable of creating the same. So we can say that for photojournalists, there is still a lot of advancement that is needed. But for photographers, for especially for product or stock photography, um, these these generators can be impactful. These generators can be a threat. So while doing the research, I also took an interview of an AI expert. He pointed out that yeah, photography can be affected, especially product and stock photography, but there are certain positions or certain level of people that would be affected only, but not entirely. To get these generators to work, to get the effective outcome, we will still need the people. And he also, when I asked him that, how we can distinguish between a AI generated image and a picture clicked by a photographer, there is no perfect solution to it. There is no way we can distinguish amongst those images. Hence, the need for labeling and regulations arises. Findings, I would say it is really difficult at this moment to say that if AI image generators, can, be harmful for the photographers or it can eliminate jobs, but it certainly can increase their work and help them. Again, these generators can create high quality images without any human intervention. So it is beneficial for the companies also. But again, the ethical issues such as copyright issues or how AI image generators uses the style of photographers is a thing that we have to still work out. Limitations and suggestions, I would say that one of the major limitation was that AI image generators are a relatively new topic. Most people have heard about it, but they haven't really used them. So it was a big limitation in my research. Another limitation I would say was the sample size because my research was limited to Delhi region. The third limitation would be the willingness of the photographers. Suggestions, the only suggestions that are there is that there should be some regulatory framework to protect the work of the photographers, and the more specific researches could be conducted on the same. To conclude, I would just say that it is really early to comment anything if AI can take the jobs of photographers or not. But in future, we can study more and see if it's really a advantage or a disadvantage to the industry. But to strike a balance or to have a harmonious relation, the photographers need to work with the AI. It also helps them to increase their speed to create things more efficiently. I would say that by establishing guidelines, we can actually address the risks that are associated. These guidelines, should be clear so that it can safeguard the integrity of the work done by the photographers. Also, the images that are generated.
I'm sorry, but if we can just close this soon, you're exceeding the time limit. Can we just please?
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
I think. Is there something else after this? I think no. Yeah.
No, ma'am. This was the last slide.
Yeah. Thank you. You can just stop sharing.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much,
And
ma'am.
I'm sure Dr. Nima will have questions.
A lot of them.
Lot of them.
Because as a photographer, it hurts beyond the point of repair. But Ishita, it was a wonderful presentation. You've highlighted some really crucial aspects in your presentation. Well done.
Thank
First,
you, ma'am.
it was a very good job done, and the way you narrated it, it was very good. I really liked your presentation. But I have one query. You said that you had an interview with the AI expert, and they said that they don't have any fact-checking tools. Is that so? Or AI cannot differentiate something you mentioned in your findings, Can you explain me
Yeah.
that?
So, ma'am, when I was talking to the expert, he told me that to check whether the image is generated by AI or a photographer, we again need AI tools for it.
Yes.
So you and me cannot identify it. So
But have
if
you
there is
studied the fact-checking tools for, have you come across any fact-checking tools? You're not aware?
no, I haven't
Are you
come across any fact-checking tool, no.
Because see, while studying fake news and misinformation and disinformation, this entire concept of misinformation spread through visual communication, what you're
Right.
highlighting right now. But there are fact-checking tools, and they are Google Reverse, 10i, Invid.
Okay.
Have you not Yandex? You've not come across these tools? I
No,
think
no, ma'am.
because this is where I feel that there is a limitation in your paper. You must go
Okay.
to these tools, and you must check,
Sure.
because Fact Check Explorer is also there. So I was just cross-checking. I said, no, there are tools, that are available, which I think you should include, because they are already existing. And while since the entire the platform is basically discussing fact-checking and facets of journalism and impact of AI. So I think you should look into these tools, which will really enable
Sure,
and help
ma'am.
with your research. Thank you.
Sure. Ma'am, just to mention, I would say that there might be tools, and I would totally go and check those. But there have been cases where people submitted their AI generated images for photography competitions and they won.
I recently was a judge for an AdMad competition, and 5 entries were done by AI. Students did not go and shoot a single thing. They didn't script, they didn't direct, they didn't edit. They just typed, the
Yeah.
concept, and they had an entire outlay, an entire film in front of us. So definitely it's a deeper concern, and it completely depends on you, Ishita,
Yeah.
because it is in on your shoulder, like the younger generation, because the generation that is going to come next, they may not have an awareness. They may not know what
Sure.
is true
Right.
and what is fake, so it completely is in your hand, and the young generation to draw the line and stick to the ethical considerations when it comes to fake news and disinformation, because until now the intention is not specified, the state that misinformation and disinformation or fake news, how we differentiate, it's the intention. Ethics comes
Right.
later. First comes the intention. So it's like an instinct. It's in our mind. Like we say, violence is in our mind. It
Right.
requires a seat in our mind. So similarly, so it's a long discussion and a bigger question to address. But it's a very crucial, very relevant, very apt.
Right.
So I congratulate you on that. But do keep your mission on, and critically analyze. Have those frameworks. Do it right. Do it right for the benefit of the society.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Ishna. Next presentation is by Paras and Diksha Negi. Topic is news coverage of Ukraine-Russia war, a content analysis of news portals. Paras and Diksha.
So my topic is basically on news coverage of different countries of Russia-Ukraine war, and through this, sir, can you please change the slide? And through this research, मुझे बेसिकली ये जानना था कि कौन सी कंट्री क्या पोर्ट्रे करना चाहती है, मतलब उनका क्या राय है हर एक इस वॉर के लिए. सो बेसिकली हमने 3 न्यूज पोर्टल्स सिलेक्ट करे पर कंट्री. इंडिया के एक्चुअली बहुत सारे करने पड़े बिकॉज इंडिया ने बहुत कम कवरेज करी है. सो वी जस्ट टेक न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स ऑफ यूएसए, यूनाइटेड States of America, and Xinhua of China, and different portals of India. So yes, Russia-Ukraine war started on 24th Feb 2022. Yeah. So it's an ongoing war, and about 5.4 million people displaced, and over 8 million people seeking safety in neighboring countries. Next slide, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. You can continue, please.
Sir, please come on objectives and methodology slide, research topic data. Okay. So the main objective of our research is that we wanted to know the perspective of the country, because the news portals belong to the country and they have the pressure. They have the pressure to make the decision of the people. So through this research, we got to know some various facts about Russia-Ukraine war coverage. Next slide, please. Okay. This we have done, like I've said, that we have taken 20 news portals, one from New York Times, second Xinhua, and different portals of Russia. The criteria which we have done is that we have seen the wordings of the articles, like if the articles have aggressor or war word, so we considered it as against Russia, because till now Russia said that it's a military operation, not a war. And some statistics, graphicals, images, headlines, etc. Next slide. Yeah. So फाइंडिंग्स में बेसिकली जो सबसे बड़ी फाइंडिंग्स जो स्टार्टिंग में निकल आई वो ये थी कि इंडिया एज अ मतलब रशिया का इतना क्लोज एलाई है. वी नो कि इंडिया हर वोटिंग्स में पार्ट नहीं लेता, लेकिन फिर भी इंडिया को रशिया के अगेंस्ट नहीं करना चाहिए था. एज इन जो मैंने देखा कि एक तो इंडिया की न्यूज पोर्टल्स ने बहुत कम कवरेज करी है यूएसए एंड जिन्हुआ के मुकाबले. एंड और डिफरेंट न्यूज पोर्टल्स के डिफरेंट राय, जैसे न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स के बहुत ज्यादा हेडलाइन सेंसेशनल थी. टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया ने रशिया को पोर्ट्रे किया एज अ नॉन एग्रेसर, बट बाकी सब ने एग्रेसर किया रशिया को. और न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स और जिन्हुआ ने रशिया को नॉन इन्वॉल्व बताया और एंड नॉट द एग्रेसर बताया in some articles, not in all articles. And Xinhua के बहुत सारे articles में about 60 to 70% articles में images ही नहीं थी, but images क्योंकि बहुत इफेक्ट डालती हैं वॉर का बताने के लिए. So and Hindu the Hindu or Hindustan Times focused on more on impact of conflict on people disappear. Okay, so we comes on conclusion. So basically, we get to know diverse portrayal of aggressor, with Russia often being seen as such a. The New York Times and Geneva used more sensational reporting, while the Hindu and Hindustan Times provides more informative articles. Which is news portal adopting its own reporting style and focus on different aspects of the war. So basically हमें यही पता लगा है कि जो different countries है उनके different war के लिए राय है. एंड बेसिकली जो हमारी फाइंडिंग है उसमें यही था कि रशिया को ज्यादातर कंट्रीज ने एग्रेसर बताया. एंड दिस इज आवर एनेक्शियर, जिसमें हमने एक एक्सेल शीट बनाई थी जिसमें हमने पूरा अपना रिसर्च करी थी. थैंक यू.
Excellent. Thank you, Paras. Diksha is also here. Diksha and Paras, you both have worked on this paper. I would like you to open the camera and talk to, Neema ma'am and give, take her feedback. Paras and Diksha?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Paras, very, I mean, what should I say?
I was very nervous because of, actually it's my first time. So.
No, well tried. Well tried, Paras and Diksha, both of you. There are a lot of things that you can actually do. This is, journalistic researchers have more, gravity to it. But it is very important to check the accuracy. You need to, the objective, the ethical consideration objectives when it comes to journalism and pertaining to fake news. Like I said in my previous, feedback, misinformation and disinformation. So, I mean, I have very general questions. How did you check the accuracy and did you authenticate?
So, basically, जो हमने जो देखी थी जो भी headlines actually अगर हमारे को वो करना है तो हमने एक जगह से चेक नहीं करा, बहुत सारे न्यूज़ पोर्टल से चेक करा है.
बहुत सारे
मेरे को तो लगता है कि जो सारे हमने मतलब एक्यूरेसी चेक करने के लिए लिया तो हमने एक ही हेडलाइंस तो आपको भी पता है एक ही तरह की होती हैं बहुत ज्यादा की.
तो आपने वो मतलब आपके जो पोर्टल्स थे आपने वहां पे बहुत अच्छी लिस्ट बनाई, एक्सेल शीट बनाई, मैंने देखा वो, बट इट वाज स्मॉल. सो आपने उनके यूआरएल चेक किए, वेब एड्रेसेस चेक किए. डिड यू एंश्योर द legitimate?
Yes ma'am.
Okay. And okay, and then you also studied the writing style, which you found very aggressive. Some places, it was non-aggressive.
Someone like actually criteria हमने फाइनल कर दिए थे. Like अगर रशिया as in रशिया ने कहा है कि वो मिलिट्री एग्रेशन कर रहा है, सॉरी मिलिट्री ऑपरेशन कर रहा है ना कि एग्रेशन, बट बहुत सारे आर्टिकल में वॉर लिखा हुआ है. तो अगर इसको वॉर लिखा हुआ है तो रशिया के तो अगेंस्ट ही हुआ है बेसिकली. एंड एग्रेसर वर्ड लिखना रशिया के खिलाफ तो फिर वो रशिया के अगेंस्ट ही हुआ है.
No,
so इससे हमारी फाइंडिंग्स निकली.
Okay. No, well tried. See, this is also a kind of a deep topic, and as a media, professional, it's our duty to authenticate, to validate the accuracy, the credibility, and the reliability of the content. And more so, this is pertaining to news portal. So, the route that we take becomes very critical. And this is not about a blame game or, putting Russia or Ukraine, because they're two different countries with, very heavy, serious political agendas, But we are dwelling in the way information has been spread and how relevant, how, valid the information is. So somewhere down the line, I feel that you should remove your personal bias and focus on the content and, devise a method to authenticate it. आपने जैसे जो questionnaire बनाया, so we should always make sure that we don't have biases, preconceived biases. We need to, as a researcher, always have to have a neutral approach and streamline our questions. And just 1 second.
Okay.
So and streamlining. So I just feel that little streamlining was required, and so that you could get the right answers, and so that's my only concern right now, because somewhere it's a very it's a crucial topic. It's so
Yes, ma'am.
with the happenings with the news portal, so I'm a little confused in terms of, are you analyzing the message that was
No, we're not
or
analyzing the
are you
message.
analyzing the channel? Channel
Basically,
means the portals that you are talking about.
no, portals. No.
I
India
felt
के
a little
हमने
confused over there in terms of the clarity has to come. So when you revisit your paper, make sure, because you are mentioning that you are mentioning news portals as one of the variables in your title.
Okay.
Right. But you are very lightly touching upon. I think you should also go a little deeper in terms of checking its credibility and authenticity, and devise a formula. That's all is my suggestion.
Actually, it's my first time, so I got very nervous.
No problem. It happens. It happens, but your route is good. Your track and your route is, bang on. A little bit more, facilitation is required, which I'm sure along the way you will. But good job.
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Paras and Diksha. Dr. Nima, Upasna was here, but she's not able to rejoin now. And she has made a good presentation. I wanted to show at least that presentation to you. And we'll take 2 minutes to just see the presentation, because she has actually made a lot of efforts. So
shall I share it, ma'am?
if you have, yes. So she's also a student of design from NIFT, and she has also come up with a good project.
Okay.
So they have designed bamboo wheelbarrow trolley. So, which is like very interesting. So you can just change the slides. I wanted to see the model they have designed, and let everybody also, they should see how these people identified the problem, how they are carrying these things, metal, cost. So under sustainable, they have identified that how we can, help them in developing what should be the design. Very good presentation she has made. Here is the prototype using bamboo. Cement and all, carrying good stuff. This reminds me, ma'am, Shushmita ma'am is here. We went to this tribal museum in Bhopal, and we saw such kind of things people used to, use for this. So very good idea and very good concept. So I request now Nima ma'am to just give some closing remarks. And I would like to inform 2 of my presenters are not here because of internet connectivity in Gurugram. So from SGT University, 2 people were there. They are not able to join. Repeatedly, they are trying. So we would like to close it here, and I would like to hear from you. Any input you want to give?
First of all, I mean, the previous information that we just saw, it was a very good design that the particular student, I think Upasna, has come up with. But again, I mean, I would say that cutting woods and then, talking about sustainability and environment doesn't go along well. But concept is a concept, and it needs to be honored. And, and it was a beautiful design that Upasna, you have come up with. And I wanted to hear from you, your approach and your methodology also. So I guess maybe next time, whenever we meet, And my closing remark to all the students who have presented their papers, Mridu, Sajal, Ishta, Paris, and Upasna, and the ones who have missed. You guys have done an amazing job, and at your level, at your age, having so much of clarity, and most importantly, having interest in research, and taking up the challenge to dwell into these critical domains. I really would like to congratulate you, and I also learned a lot of things from you. In fact, I was just thinking when I was a student how I was, but you guys are really, really doing good, and I'm really happy to see your growth. And I just hope that you don't stop this mission. You move on, move forward, and contribute to the community, to the mass media society, to media and communication, along with design. Because I was totally taken aback and surprised to have to be able to assess papers on design, but that just came as a brownie for me, and I'm really, really happy to have been a part of this panel. And the AI, I mean, Ishta, it was really wonderful. So dear students, I know that fake news and journalism, fake news has affected journalism deeply. And we are totally aware of the misinformation aspects and disinformation and viral deception that is taking place today, and how it is corrupting our field, how it is, impacting in a negative way. It is taking away our jobs. It is taking away our creativity. It is taking away our credibility also. Because but it has also become a domain which is blended, which is also it's like fabricating the whole the base of journalism, one can say, because journalism is fact based, and fact checking is very, very important. So as a student, or as a media professional, or as a contributor to the media society, it is our duty, to understand this social change, understand this occurrence that is taking place, because it is certainly going to impact our future. It is impacting our present, and it will certainly impact our future. So just remember one thing, as I said during my replies, that intention is very important. Intention is where the entire, crux lies. Rest everything fall into an action. So prepare well. You need to pull up your socks, and we all need to battle fake news and viral deception and misinformation and deception. We are warriors, and we have to, there are many detention centers, and there are many tools and techniques which are available. If you just go on Google or any other site, you will find a lot of fact checking tools. So please go and study those, train yourself, because even when you will go out in the media, you will require these tools to to have a strong foothold, okay, and to do the right. It's never late, and to do it right. Remember that it is never late to do it right, and it is very important in today's media to do it right, and to stick to right, and for the right cause, for the right people. I'm sure you know that the Manipur violence issue, we are extending our solidarity. You can imagine the internet shutdown, to the women issue, the gender-centric issue, the political caste issue that has prevailed and has shook the nation. So a lot of things are hinting towards to us. It is alarming. It is awakening us. So stay awake, and be aware. That's all I can say, because each one of us, although we are just a drop in the universe, but if we all are doing our part right, I'm sure we will be able to combat it. So it's a greater cause and a greater war that is coming up. So I wish all of you, myself and everyone, all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll come back to you because, see, basically in every session, we announce best paper of the previous session. But
Yes.
since this is the last session, technically, we'll be doing one more technical session in Dhaka. So I would request you to take 5 minutes to decide. In the meanwhile, I'll move to Professor Susmita Bala, head of DME Media School, to say a few words.
Thank you, Dr. Manasvi. Thanks, Dr. Neema John, for chairing this session. Thank you all for being part of this technical session, the last online session of ICAN6. I express my gratitude to Dr. Neema John for her gracious presence and chairing this technical session. The theme of the session was facets of journalism and impact of AI that you told about lots of, for students, fake news, fact check, news portals, and citizen journalism. However, we got to listen to papers which had varied themes, but it was nice to listen to diverse subjects. In the session, we witnessed the work of young scholars. That was a welcome step if we consider their efforts as the first step toward the complex area of research. The presentation made today ignite a hope for media academics and research if the researchers hold on to their passion to know more and to go deep into a subject. Congratulations and best wishes to all paper presenters and all other members of the audience in this session.
Thank you, ma'am. So before we declare best paper of this session, I would like to announce the best paper presentation of the previous session, technical session 6, which we had in the morning. And the presentation by Shiksha. She was supposed to present in this session, but she did in the morning. Role of OHO Radio or Uttarakhand in preserving and promoting Uttarakhandi culture, a case study. She's also here in this session. I request everyone to switch on their camera so that we can take a group photograph. And congratulations to Shiksha. And the best paper presentation of this session, although they were really less today, but still I would request Neema ma'am to announce the best paper.
Only one? I think all are very good. It will truly be unfair on my part if I select one. If I look at since it's a research seminar and getting closer to the research topic and relevance to the technical session, I think Ishita Jain's presentation was wonderful. I really loved it.
So, ma'am, like with this, we come to the conclusion of this session. Before I formally thank everyone, I request, I would like to thank, Dr. Neema for the valuable time that she has shared with us and all the experience and the enthusiasm with which she has gone into the details of the paper presentation of all the presenters. So that was really good. And I extend my gratitude to the management and leadership team of DME. Heartfelt thanks to Dr. Amrish Saxena sir for his guidance, Dr. Susmita Bala ma'am for giving us direction and support at every stage of the conference. Special thanks to all the faculty members and staff of Media School for executing all the sessions, especially this being the last online technical session and a very open kind of a technical session, like Manasvi ma'am said. I also would like to thank the production, the technical team for providing the technical support. Special thanks to the newsletter and media coordination and social media team for the coverage of the event. I would also like to thank the designing team for the creative support. I would like to thank the administrative staff of DME. Special thanks to our conference partners, knowledge partners, international partners, and media partners. And the recording of all the sessions of ICAN6 can be accessed through our official YouTube channel, DME TV, and follow our social media handles, ICAN page and DME page. Well, this was the last session from India now, and we'll join ICAN6 in DIU, Dhaka, on 5th of August 2023. Thank you all for joining us. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.